Welcome to the D&D Morning Show.
A little bit more enthusiasm on your part, Drew.
Me?
Yeah.
I was enthusiastic.
I was very enthusiastic. Over there.
You're always a bit.
Come see, come ça.
You're always a bit too much.
Oh no. Never have too much
Like,
enthusiasm.
here's the edge, and you're like here.
I'm like tipping over.
You're over. All right, what do we got going on today?
Today, first off, we're going to have a fun fact about your movie picking choices.
Choices.
Not choices, but time
System.
system.
got
That's
a
a great
system.
word. It's got a little system for picking out movies. Wow.
And what
Who's
else?
eating them now? And then we're talking about toxins in the bathroom.
Good one. Stay tuned for that.
Then we got a recipe. Drew's got a recipe this time.
My second one in like 25 shows. Thank you. Thanks for letting me.
Would you like a
partake.
badge, a ribbon,
A hug?
a medal?
Want to hug it
A
up?
hug.
Okay.
That was a poor hug. And then I got a cool little quote
All right.
at the end.
Let's do it.
All right. So, how should we start with your movies? Takes Drew forever to pick a movie. So he has a little process. He sits, because we watch on Netflix. So he sits down and he like scrolls through Netflix, reads all the little descriptions, and then if there's one description that kind of like sticks out to him, he gets the iPad, he looks up the trailer, watches the trailer again, then maybe not that one, and he always looks at the actors. He's like, well, who's in this movie? Gotta know who's in it. And I'm like, I don't know who's in this movie.
Well, all right. Dorothy never knows any actors. It could
No.
be like the most famous person ever.
And I'm like, who's that? They're just people.
It's like Tom Hanks I can think of right now. Tom Hanks, and she like make up a completely different name. Oh, Joe Schmo's in there. And I'm like, what?
Well, in
You
my
know Tom
defense,
Hanks?
I know Tom Hanks because I love Forrest Gump. Like, I could watch the movie so many times.
For the most part, Dorothy doesn't know anyone's name.
No.
So I'll just tell her the names of the actors, and it's like blank for her.
I'm like, is that a woman or a man? A little boy? A child?
I want to see a good movie. The thing is with like everything's moved to Netflix. I should mention that I'm like, we talked about this before, but I really miss like Blockbuster,
Yes.
for example, like going into a movie store and like going through the aisles and picking movies, and you're like, oh, it's not in. We'll watch that next week.
Yeah.
You know?
And it really hasn't been that long since all of the, all the movie stores have been, I guess, gone.
Yeah.
It hasn't been that long. Like, I can remember back just even a few years ago doing that. But now, more recently, it's like, you can't just walk into the movie store. Or, it's like Friday night, what do you want to do tonight? Let's rent a movie.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like that anymore.
Yeah, so that's a bit sad. So I'm not like super like love Netflix, but I mean that's the way the world has moved, transitioned. We do have like movies. We have CDs or DVDs.
DVDs.
And but I mean we are like a bit of minimalists, so we try not to have a lot of stuff. And then, so it does make like technology, Netflix, like things like that, does make it more helpful, I suppose.
And I guess I should say that my wallet sure likes it a lot better is because I was queen of late fees.
Every time.
Every time!
Dorothy would have late fees every time. And I'd be like, why didn't you could have just bought that movie. And she's like, well, that's just what happened.
That's just what happens. Sometimes you have to pay late fees. She's like, oh my gosh.
So the thing with Netflix is they put all kinds of movies on there. Sometimes they're really good movies, sometimes they're horrible movies. You never really know. And for me to invest 2 hours of my life into a movie takes me a bit of time. Sometimes I feel like I spend more time flipping through movies than actually watching them.
Yeah.
But I don't want to sit there for 2 hours and then the movie's going to be horrible.
But he does sit through bad movies because he wants to see how it ends.
Well, if I get started and like get invested in the movie, I want to see the end of it.
And I'm like, this is so boring. Turn it off.
Sometimes I should have just turned it off.
It doesn't happen very often. Usually you are pretty good at picking up movies.
It takes some time. So yeah, that's a little fun fact. I do spend a lot of time. I think that Netflix should have trailers.
That would be, you should talk to them
I
about
should talk
that.
to them. They should hook up with YouTube and watch little trailers next to their movies.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, I wouldn't have to go and
Look out. And then he'll watch it and be like, you think this is a good one? You watch it now. I'm like, you just spent
The trailer.
500. Yeah.
Well, it's challenging because I like more action movies, and Dorothy's more like love-ish movies.
I like feel-good movies.
So I always have to find like one that I would like to sit through, and Dorothy would like to sit through. So that's also more challenging.
Yeah. But sometimes you find a little action with a little love story in it, and it usually works out.
We're pretty good. Dorothy will sit and watch an action movie with me. I'll sit and watch a
Not often. Not very often.
comedy, like love comedy.
Yeah.
Pretty good. All right, let's move on.
Okay, toxins in the bathroom.
Hey, you want to get started with this? I talked for a lot of that one.
I suppose he did. He just wants to make me do this one, I guess. No, but I guess a lot of times when you think about toxins in the household, you think about like household cleaners and things that are in your kitchen. You don't even really think to your bathroom. But the bathroom is one of the most toxic, can be, right? You think number one?
Absolutely.
Number one most toxic place in your house.
So everything's toxic in the bathroom.
Yeah.
You clean out the toilet bowl with like toxic cleaners. You know what I mean? The sink. And you can feel like it's toxic when it's like slimy and slippery after you wash it.
Yes.
Like those are toxins.
Or the smell. Like it's toxic by the smell too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what are some things we should look for?
Well, I mean, when it comes to, I think it's difficult mindset. I think that's the first thing that we could address when it comes to like bathroom things. So like soap, for example.
Yeah.
Like that soap that we put on our body usually has toxins in it. So
And our body is so or our skin is so absorbency.
Ooh, nice word.
I don't know if that makes sense.
I was
But
wondering
it's
what you
so
were gonna say.
like it just sucks up and soaks in those toxins like a little sponge.
Yeah, well, our skin's our biggest organ, and we don't realize that. We don't understand that when you put creams and lotions and soaps, our body soaks that in, it absorbs it, and that affects everything. It affects our internal organs, and it affects our skin, and it affects our overall health. And I just don't think that we consider that when we put things on our body.
Yeah, but everything, it's everything. Shampoos, face wash, body wash, everything.
Yeah, toothpaste, deodorant.
Toothpaste, deodorant.
So, I mean, the first thing that we could do is start reading ingredients, just like food. Like the food industry is much like the cosmetic industry. They're built around sales, mass production, and shelf life. So we want to keep these things as long as possible so they never expire. And so they can sit on the shelf forever. And unfortunately, we can look at really cheap items. So you can go to the pharmacy and find the cheapest like deodorant or shampoo.
Yeah.
And those are jam-packed with toxins that are harmful to our health.
Yeah, I was just thinking of where to start, but just start with one thing, just like food, right? Just like we talked about food. You just start slowly with one thing because it's a lot of money too, all your cosmetics. So you don't want to just go and wipe out everything. You want to keep adding and changing slowly.
Yeah, if you want to make sustainable changes, I think it's always a mistake. You look at those things on TV when they go into their house and they clear the whole house out. Like that's not a sustainable lifestyle change. That's like a drastic change that's going to be very difficult because you're not teaching anything.
No.
So they're going to go to the store and buy exactly what they always buy because that's all they know.
Yeah.
So if you go I like the idea of adding instead of taking away. Because when we think about it, we're like, we have that mindset of lack. Like there's not enough. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough product. We don't have enough things in our fridge or in our bathroom, for example. So if you think about adding one thing, so instead of taking out all your deodorants, usually we have like 4 or 5 different deodorants, right? So
Us? Not us.
yeah, like the average person would probably have a handful of different deodorants, soaps.
Yeah.
Like we just collect them for
Yes.
you see them on sale at the pharmacy, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna grab that one and put in the shower. 10 different shampoos in
Yeah,
the shower.
that's true. Yeah.
So instead of taking those all out and throwing them away, go to the health food store and find one healthy product and add that to your shower. And then you'll start to notice a difference. Just like that film that goes on your sink or counters when it's a toxic ingredient or a toxic substance. You have that film on your body, and I can feel that. I know right away.
If has a toxin in it.
Even if I read the ingredients and it looks clean, and I use it, and I'm like, whoa, there's something wrong with that.
Yeah.
Because there shouldn't be that film, that extra layer on top of your skin whenever you're using it.
And always the smells. Like if it's like big flowery smelly thing, like how they make it smell like that? Like, you know?
Yeah. Color's another good one.
Colors, yeah.
Like bright colors. Usually colors go along with the smell. I don't know if they put smelly, colorful things.
I don't know.
That's one ingredient.
Yeah.
But the smell and the color usually are like, that's not really proper.
You mentioned, Drew, to read your labels or your ingredients on your cosmetics, much like we do when we're reading our food labels. So what exactly are we looking for to kind of stay away from? I know parabens is a big one. What else should we be looking for?
Mineral oil is a big one. Fluoride, that's a tough one. Put fluoride in water.
Yeah.
So we don't need any more. Don't add any more of that. But that's kind of some things we should look to avoid. There's another one. What was that one that we were talking about?
Aluminum chloride.
Yeah.
I think we were talking about that one too.
And that one's in deodorants, for example. So unfortunately, they put all these different types of, ingredients in these types of products that we should be avoiding. So that's why we have to read everything that we're putting on our body, just like what we put in our body.
Yeah.
I know it sounds like a lot. It sounds like, oh my gosh, that's too much, just like food. But if you just start small, like we said, start with one thing. Start with your shampoo bottle or start with your body wash and then go from there.
And more I'm noticing that paraben-free cosmetics are being labeled. Like you can look at shampoo bottles and it'll say paraben-free or free of parabens. So they're starting to label more and more. Maybe I'm just noticing it more. I'm not sure. But if you just kind of are on the lookout even for one ingredient, like look for things that don't have parabens in them, and then move forward with a different one.
Right. I think the industry's getting better, but that goes along the same lines of like gluten-free products.
Yeah.
Right. So they're like gluten-free, and it has like nothing to do with gluten. There'd be no possible way there would be gluten in it.
Yeah.
But people like see a gluten-free sticker and they're like, oh, I want to buy that. It looks healthier.
Yeah.
So, but that's a good point because we have to read and pay attention to these things, but understand that just because it says paraben-free or aluminum chloride-free, like a paraben is like it's a more well-known toxin, which people are starting to stay away from, which is why they stick that on there. Because if you say mineral oil, a lot of people are like, never heard of that.
Yeah.
So just pay attention to that moving forward.
We were both on time at the same time. I was just going to say that the pharmacies are starting to have like small little sections as well. Like the pharmacy that I'm thinking of, has one brand, and it's just like this little line. But I mean, it's nice to see that
Can you
they're.
mention the honest company?
Oh yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
No, I was talking about a brand called Live Clean.
Okay.
But we noticed too at the pharmacy here locally that they brought in a small portion of Honest Company products.
Yeah, that's a cleaner company that we like to use as well. So Honest Company's a good one. And then just supporting local. Like there's a lot of like soaps, for example. A lot of communities, like many places you go, they make their own soaps and they're much cleaner. A lot of them are perfectly clean. And we always try to support local and buy, clean soaps from those in our community.
Yeah.
And then for just a quick resource, Detoxify Yourself. I wrote that a while back now, but has great information in it. It talks all about what we put on our body as well as a main section in there just to clear up the toxins in your body. So Detoxify Yourself, probably trueformlife.com, our main website, would be the best place to find it.
That's all I have to say about that. Talking about Tom Hanks, Forrest Gump.
All right, Forrest,
Got it.
Got it. What's
Your
next?
recipe. So Drew made this lovely sundae. So it was. Maybe I'll let you explain. Should I let you explain your recipe, or should I explain your recipe?
Taking over my recipe.
It was so delicious. Oh my goodness, he really outdid himself.
So what I wanted to do was basically I wanted to surprise Dorothy. And she was working late, and I wanted to have something, a little treat, because popcorn is something we usually have. I thought about popcorn. And then I thought about the things we had in the house, and I was flipping through different recipes, and it was very difficult to find something healthy. So I was like, I'll just make my own. So I found a chocolate recipe. That was the first thing that I found, and that was cacao. We usually keep cacao in the fridge. Cacao, and then I had a raw sugar, like what do we have now? It's like coconut sugar.
It's coconut sugar, yeah.
It's usually darker, so it's less refined, for example, cleaner product, cleaner sugar product. I put a little bit of honey as well. So cacao, I just used a quarter cup of cacao, quarter cup of the raw sugar, and then just a tablespoon of honey. I was trying to make it syrupy. That's why I added the honey.
Did you put water in it?
Yeah, and then a half a cup of water. Thanks for that.
I'm like, how did it get so liquidy?
So then I just put that very low on the stove and let that simmer.
Melt?
Melt.
I don't know.
And then we had coconut ice cream. We don't eat dairy ice cream. There's nothing wrong with that if you do, but we had coconut ice cream. And then I put the coconut ice cream in a jar. That was the first thing that I did. And then I took out some frozen berries and I put them in the bowl and let them sit on the counter for about 25 minutes while I was preparing the other things. So I had the coconut ice cream in a little jar. Then I threw in the berries that were a little defrosted. Then I chopped up nuts. Almonds, we had walnuts and almonds. So I chopped them up finely and I sprinkled them on top. And then I put the chocolate syrup on top. Ooh, we're gonna put in some pictures here that you guys are looking at right now.
So good.
So, and it was just a clean, delicious sundae because many times, like we used to go to Dairy Queen for like a little treat, like once a month or once every couple weeks. We'd be like, let's have a little treat. We haven't had this for a while. We'd always be like,
oh my tummy.
That was a bad idea.
Yeah.
Always. So then, but this is fantastic. I just thought of this and now we can have this little treat whenever we want.
Yeah,
So
it's so good.
Just have a few different ingredients in the house and pow.
Pow! Nice fun!
All right, so what do we have, a quote?
I have a quote. It's kind of a quote. I saw this one through the news feed on Facebook, and I don't know, it was just cute.
Oh, you're talking about your pineapple.
I'm talking about my pineapple. So it says, be a pineapple, stand tall, wear a crown, and be sweet on the inside. I loved it, so I had to share it.
Very nice.
Be a pineapple. It's easy as that. And a little crazy on the outside, but sweet on the inside.
That's right.
Right? Crazy chicken.
You are. That's a good quote to end that off on.
Crazy chicken?
Be a pineapple.
Be a pineapple.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.
Catch you later.